next question comes from Jake Donovan with BoxingScene.com.
Hey, Devon, I have two questions for you. Only one is related to boxing, kind of. Why has it taken so long for you to make your way to Vegas? Was it something that just wasn't on your radar, or was it just the right opportunity that became along until now?
Yeah, it was all because of the opportunity. I wasn't presented with the time to fight in Vegas. A couple of times in my beginning of my career when I was supposed to, it always fell through. But like I said, I said to myself, whenever I do fight in Vegas, it's going to be for something big, and you know what's bigger than this, and at the MGM Grand. So I'm excited to be in Vegas at this point.
Okay, cool. My next question is more of a political nature. Given like all that's going on in St. Louis as well as in Ferguson specifically, do you feel like this is a fight where like your corner of the world really needs a win?
Yeah, I mean, yes, of course. I want to bring all the positivity. I know all St. Louis is going to be looking at me from the Ferguson situation. They looking for something positive to come along with all of the rioting and everything like that. And this win is going to, make them feel like they won too. So I definitely want to make it, definitely want to look good and make a statement doing it and bring this victory back home to St. Louis.
Statement. All right, I got a question. It could be for you and Kevin. Does it kind of bother you that it almost seems like civil rights is being ignored in boxing? Like there's no, Muhammad Ali was one of a kind, but I just don't see him standing for what's going on in America today. Does it kind of bother you that nobody's really speaking up, and it seems like they're just using boxing as a sport, not for the proper platform?
So yeah, it's just everybody. You get scrutinized when you come out and say something, or it's like you get punished for, saying what you feel nowadays, or saying the truth nowadays. So, a lot of people are scared, to say things. So, if the time's right for me to say something, I'm definitely going to say something. And, that's just what it is. You have to be real sometimes, and you have to tell the truth at times, and you just can't, you got to worry about the consequences later. I mean, if it's the truth and it's real, then, how can anybody argue with it?
Gotcha. Thanks, Devin. Kevin, do you have any comment on that?
I just think everybody's, want to stay politically correct because everybody's image conscious, so they're focused on their image and, and then what you got, you got corporate sponsors and, you got to be careful, about pissing off your sponsors and whatnot, so you don't have a lot of the guys that stood up like the Muhammad Ali's and the Jim Browns and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's were back in the day, but like you said, that's a political situation, and everybody wants to be on the right side of the political issue and in terms of their image and want to stay politically correct because of monetary values and protect their sponsors, or protect they don't want to screw over their career, and people will turn on you if the wrong thing comes out your mouth, because once it goes out there, you can't take it back. So you got to be kind of careful. But if it's the truth and it's from the heart, I don't see any problem with speaking up for what's right.
All right, cool. Thanks, Kevin. Devin, best of luck this weekend.
Our next question comes from Lem Satterfield with TheRingTV.com.
Hey, guys, how are you?
What's up, Lem?
Hey, Kevin, picking up, I was going to ask the same question Jake did, but I'll just ask briefly to you. How close is Ferguson to where Devon grew up? And, how much do you think about now what you helped to save Devon from when you think about situations that happen like that? Because obviously he's one of the very few who you started with who actually came out of that, and he had a video which referenced that recently that was done by Showtime.
Well, Devon grew up about 20 minutes from Ferguson, but 15 minutes away from Ferguson. So, hey, it's a sad situation, but I think it's a situation that's taking place not only in Ferguson, but it's all over the country. I mean, when you got the powers that be and the city hall and the police department doesn't represent the community that it's serving, you're going to always have problems. So, I mean, until we get to a point to where we can go out and vote and put people in office that understands the people in the community that they're representing, there's going to always be problems. So, and I think that's a nationwide problem, not just a Ferguson problem.
Okay, Kevin, just last question on that. Are you guys going to do anything visually to represent what you're going to do in the ring in terms of representing St. Louis? Like,
we're gonna represent St. Louis the way we always represent St. Louis. But we'll have Mike Brown Sr. He'll be at the fight with us. So and that's pretty much what we're doing in a nutshell in reference to that.
Kevin, thank you so much for answering that question. Oscar, you there?
I'm here.
Oscar, can you talk about the light that's going to be shined, the spotlight's going to be shined on the welterweight division on Saturday night, given that, obviously Tim Bradley's fighting Chavez and Khan's fighting Alexander, and then Keith Thurman is also fighting that night, and what emphasis that puts on those fighters, Keith, Alexander, Khan, and Bradley, to really step up and be the one that is being talked about on the internet later on that night at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning?
Well, yeah, absolutely. The welterweight division will have all their eyes on it this Saturday, with Amir and Devon. You mentioned Tim Bradley, Keith Thurman. Winners out of those fights will be in line and knocking on that door, to fight Mayweather or Pacquiao. This is a very important night, and that's why ticket sales are going extremely well. That's why both fighters know what's at stake, and I think we're going to not only get an entertaining night of boxing for all the fans, but we're also going to have a clearer picture on who's going to be fighting Mayweather and Pacquiao next.
Hey, thank you. Devon?
I'm here.
Hey, buddy. Piggybacking off of what Oscar just said, how important is it for you to, obviously you can win the fight, but given that the stakes are really high and, all those welterweights are fighting that night, what are you going to do to be the last man that they're talking about on Saturday night? Is a win going to be okay, or do you really need to look,
Well, I just gotta bring out all the stops in this fight. I gotta bring my skills, and it's gotta be me. I need to beat Devon Alexander the Great, the guy that's been that guy's been knowing me for, that knows me as that I'm going back to the days where people knew me as a becoming star. That's the performance I'm looking for, and that's what I'm bringing to this fight. I definitely need to win, and I want to look good doing it. I think all of the winners that night, it's going to be a lot of people looking at them and saying these are the future of welterweight. So I definitely want to look good doing it.
We've seen you at ringside several times for several fights in Las Vegas. This being your first fight in Las Vegas, are you going to be composed? Are you going to, is it going to be nerves? Is it, or did those previous experiences and longing to be there at those other fights, is that going to be enough preparation for you?
Yes, of course. I've been on a big stage before, and I'm definitely been prepped. Those are the times that was prepping me for the time for the MGM Grand. Those all the times that I've been, coming to the ring and getting ready and getting those nerves out. That's preparing me for the MGM Grand. So actually, I'm actually kind of excited. I'm kind of in the mood of just smiling and being happy and enjoying the moment. I'm just ready to get in there and do what I do and show people how good I am. I'm definitely going to take full advantage of this situation. No nerves at all, just happiness.
Last question for you. Is it almost more appropriate that you're making your Las Vegas debut as a fighter, given what is at stake and given that this could be, the jumping off point and the culmination of all sort of your frustrations about not getting certain fights, not stepping up when you should have at the right time? Is it almost more appropriate that this is your debut?
Oh, definitely. Man, can't get no bigger than this. You're in Vegas at the MGM Grand inside the building where, all the top fights go. So it doesn't get any bigger than that, a lot of answers going to be questions, December 13th. And I plan on being victorious. I plan on just telling people the next day how I did it and how I was able to dismantle Khan.
Devon, thank you so much and good luck in the fight.
Okay, we're going to take two more questions for Devon and Kevin, then we'll move on to Amir. So, Shelda, please take the next question.
Our next question comes from Mike with Sleep Science.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking the time to do the call. Appreciate it. Question is for Oscar. Oscar, are you working under the assumption that we're not going to see a Mayweather-Pacquiao fight next, and that's why these guys have a chance to step in with Floyd?
Well, I'm just speaking. As a promoter on what these fighters deserve. I don't know if the Pacquiao Mayweather fight's going to happen. I have no idea.
Okay, you don't have the inside information that you're working off of, and that you're not making an assumption either way. You're just setting that up in case it doesn't happen. The idea.
Well, the world has been waiting for it for 4 years. But why should I believe that it's going to happen now?
Right. Devon, I do wonder, are you believing that Khan has passed the problems that he's had with his chin, or do you think that's tightened up under Virtual Hunter?
Can you repeat the question again?
The question is for Devon. I'm wondering if you believe that Khan still has issues with his chin, or do you think he's tightened up his Virtual Hunter?
In my very, very best opinion, if you got a, shaky chin, if this is boxing, if he's just not born with a chin or if you're not born with able to take a punch, you're always going to have trouble. You're always going to have troubles with a good shot. It's about, being able to be in a good position not to get hit with, good shots. And I think Virgil is working on with that, and he's trying to correct that. But this is fighting, so if you gotta be able to take a shot because you're going to get hit.
And last one, this question is for Kevin. Kevin, you and I have talked about this before, wondering if Floyd would fight an athlete, the sort of athlete that Devon is. Do you assume that he would take the fight, especially if Devon won and looked good?
I don't see why he wouldn't. Floyd has fought everybody, so, I haven't seen Floyd ducking anybody, so, this is a huge fight. It's a huge promotion. These are two of the bigger names in the welterweight division, and the winner of this fight deserves a shot at Floyd. So I think Floyd would step up and give the winner of this fight a shot for sure. And it's been a while since Floyd has fought a athletic, quick African American fighter anyway. So I think he would step up to the challenge.
I think he will step up.
I think he would. I think he'd step up and give the winner of this fight a shot, regardless if it's Devon or Amir Khan.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it, man.
And the last question for this group comes from Erica Wright with Fox Deportes.
Oscar, si me escuchas, saluda a Erika Wright desde Fox Deportes en español. Déjame saber las claves. Saludo con mucho gusto. Déjame saber las claves para que Amir Khan pueda conseguir una victoria sobre Devon Alexander, y déjame también saber las claves que necesita Devon para poder derrotar a un rápido y fuerte y poderoso inglés.
Y pues en mi opinión las claves obviamente es la rapidez, la velocidad de Amir Khan, también el poder en sus puños, porque en las 147 libras Amir Khan está más fuerte, está sintiendo sus golpes más poder, así que la clave es sí, mucho poder con mucha velocidad. Devon Alexander, yo creo que la clave va a ser la inteligencia con las combinaciones rápidas que sabe tirar.
Amir Khan batalló ante Danny García, pierde ante Danny García, también perdió ante Lamont Peterson, que después hubo controversia con algunas sustancias prohibidas. ¿Qué puede aprender Amir Khan de la batalla ante Lamont Peterson, que es un estilo muy similar al de Devon Alexander?
Sí, pues yo creo que obviamente pues las experiencias te enseñan, ¿no? Para no cometer los mismos errores. Yo creo que Amir Khan está bien preparado. Por esta razón yo creo que Amir Khan va a estar moviéndose mucho lateralmente, tirando bastantes combinaciones para tratar de noquear a Devon Alexander.
Oscar, can you kind of just wait. Sam, 1 second. Oscar, can you kind of just summarize what she asked you and what you said in English really quickly?
I was getting to that now. So
okay,
she asked me what are the keys. What's the key to Amir Khan winning, and what's the key to Devon Alexander winning? Well, I actually have no idea. I'm the guy outside looking in. I didn't train both guys. I didn't get in there. But from a fighter's perspective, from a promoter's perspective, I think Amir Khan, we all know he has speed. He's developed a lot of power now at 147 pounds, and there's a lot of great things that Amir Khan does, and likewise goes to Devon Alexander. I mean, he's a great fighter, and that's why they call him the Great. He's a guy who can adjust. He's a guy who is fast and strong, and the great thing about this fight is that both guys, not that they have something to prove, but they want to prove something in this fight Saturday night. So it's going to be entertaining.
Pues le decíamos un feliz cumpleaños a Amir Khan. Sé que el día de hoy está cumpliendo 28 años. Amir Khan, ¿crees que eso podría ser un impulso para su madurez, para mostrar que ahora es un boxeador de más seguridad, de más confianza, de más madurez?
Sí, claro que sí. Obviamente, pues tiene mucha experiencia Amir Khan, y pues en estos días de su cumpleaños pues va a ser ojalá una semana pues en donde va a salir más motivado, con más experiencia, y pues quiere demostrar que tiene la hambre para seguir para adelante.
Okay, we are going to turn it over to Amir and Virgil Hunter, but before we do that, do you guys have any closing comments? Devin, do you want to make a quick closing comment, and then we will move on? Devin? Huh? Can you just make one quick closing comment, and then we can...
Okay. I just thanks to all the media. Thanks to Oscar again, who's done a tremendous job with my career since I've been with him, and thank you to MG McGrain and everybody that had something to do with the fight getting made. And see you guys, this week. I'm big excited, and it's going to be an awesome fight.